I awake to a deathly quiet morning. The wind from last night is gone. I come out of the barn that Dominic and I stayed in, and the headman tells me all contact with a village to the north called Hale has stopped for a handful of weeks now. He fears plague. It should only be 3 days to the north. He tells me to follow the river at any splits in the road. Day 1. I stop at this village's general store and buy provisions. A few days of dried mushrooms and hardtack. A new backpack for Dominic and a medicine box. I should at least try to be a doctor, though I might do more harm than good. But practice makes perfect, they say. I load Dominic's pack, and we take the road north from the village. We soon come across the river the headman mentioned. The water is dark and fast, but the shore is rocky, and I find many sharp stones to add to my collection. Dominic thinks I'm a fool, I think, but such finery is wasted on an ass. A fog rolls in from the west. It is as thick as mud, and my lantern barely cuts through it. I decide to make camp by the river, though this is little more than tying Dominic to a rock and resting. With little to make fire and little around, the night is cold. I curl near Dominic to keep warm. Day 2. I awake, and the fog has changed to a mist as thick as soup, but my lantern cuts through it this time. We set off down the road, slowly fading in chanting and lamplight. It's a few patient moments before I realize that it is Seekers of the Basilisk hymn, blasphemers. I pull Dominic and hide down the side of the road from the procession, near the river. They pass us by, chanting and flagellating themselves as they go. The road is marked by their blood-soaked footprints. We keep moving, faster than before. She only knows what they would do if they saw me. We travel until a fork in the road appears. I decide to make camp near the edge of the woods. Some fallen trees and a large boulder make for a good hiding place and a more comfortable camp than the night before. Day 3. My choice of camp proved well. The sky opened up and rain dropped with weight, and was going nowhere until it cleared up. I tended my fire while a coward lurks in the shadows and the rain. He thinks I do not see him. He is wrong. He is slow-moving, ever inching towards my bags. I am patient. I hold a loose grip on my staff, waiting. Just as he gets near, I grip my staff and crash it into the side of his head. Blood flows from his temple. No words are said between us, but he slowly backs away out of sight. A painful lesson to be sure, but hopefully one that sticks with him for the rest of his life. May it be long. Once the rain lets up, I stomp out the fire. I took some of the charcoal from it and placed it in the beak of my mask. Advice from a fellow plague doctor. He said it can prevent disease, and as well as keeping the smell of corpse rot away. We follow the river as the dark forest turns to barren and rocky wasteland. Hale comes up on the horizon. It's a decent-sized village, about the same as the one I just came from, with a large manor appearing on a hill just past the village. I am suddenly stricken by pain. I drop to the ground. Have been struck by a sword. If not for my mail, I would have died. The coward from earlier? I roll onto my back, knife drawn. My blurred vision starts to focus. Gods, no. Save me. A goblin stares back at me. This beast that was once human, now twisted, its eyes filled with sorrow as its shark-like mouth hangs in a mocking smile. Its flesh is putrid with corpse bloat, skin a deep purple. It holds strange, curved, dark steel blades in each hand. It laughs at me. It walks towards me. This is where I die. Damn you! It stops, pats my head, and walks on to the village, and the whole world goes black.